All right. It is Sunday.
Official.
Yeah, but before we say anything, and just a reminder, guys, that it is snowing in KZN, and if you are planning to go more so on N3, be careful there. I would suggest you sit this one out until everything is cleared. So far, we have had that about 3 people it has claimed about 3 people's life. So, I mean, it speaks to the turnaround time when it comes to government assisting these people. They were supposed to be clearing this road.
Oh my God.
Considering that they
so
are
many
expecting.
hours.
Yes.
I'm so angry. Like so many hours.
Considering that they were expecting these things to happen, they were supposed to put things closer to assist people in case they get stuck. I mean, you know how things are. You can talk and you can say whatever that you say. We work differently. Some people don't even get time to listen to.
Truck drivers.
Yes, some are truck drivers who have their own turnaround time because of these companies that are forcing them. But I saw a lot of truck drivers there. But I think, in my opinion, they are most likely going to be in a better situation to stay a bit longer due to this thing of diesel and whatnot, and these trucks of today's. Unfortunately, there are those trucks that do not have that AC that you require. But yeah, just stay this one out and see if it clears out maybe Monday going forth. Probably Monday is going to be a lot of traffic. These cars are going to be released, a lot of them, I assume. And that is me having faith with this so-called government that we have, that they say it is working hard as it can. All we saw are good Samaritans, farmers who were assisting to clear the road, which speaks volumes about our government. They can only announce what is coming, but measures to assist, it's another story. But we're not there. This is not politics. People say whatever that they want to say according to whatever they think. Now we are here to finish up these proceedings that are happening in that court in Pretoria, where we had news stories about what is happening with your Kinindis of this world and the rest of the people that are involved in the case. Yes, Emily, what do you have for us? Greetings.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Mzansi Reality YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us yet again for another deliberation on the Senzo Meyiwa trial. Yes, we are going to cover what happened on Friday. Unfortunately, on Friday we were lagging behind, so now we are catching up, and we have to discuss what happened on Friday. It's very important. It was eye-opening for some of us to see that things are this bad. You know, I did a brief Google there and I searched and I'm like, solitary confinement in South Africa, how does it work, you know? And then they are saying that maximum is 31 days. How on earth he managed to be in solitary confinement for 4 years, it baffles me. And then when he's asking to be let out of the solitary confinement, an investigating officer is like, no, there are security reasons. That is strange.
Very strange. I mean, are these people human? There is a bit of humanity in them. I mean,
I'm not sure.
To allow this to go on for your own purposes.
You are alone.
For
Facing
your own
a wall
purposes, you
for
allow
24
this
hours
to go on and on and on. And we watch these people on TV, you know, like we're like, hey, Ntanzi is thin, Banbani is, hey, it seems as if something is happening.
It's not right.
These people are under immense pressure of things and psychological effects. They are very strong, if you ask me, because
they are.
Accused number 3 still has a way of raising his hand when there is a need to actually add on some of these things. Very strong human beings that are not easy to break, in my opinion.
You know, there was a term that used to be used growing up, condemn. You know, it's like it has that element in it, the condemnation.
During those times of Bo Biko and everyone else.
It's like condemnation. They want to condemn you and bring you into your mind not working right, so that.
I did say about this group of the so-called investigators that others are glorifying. I did say something about them. They seem to be moving like those old system people, and we have a judge here who's, in my opinion, praising everything that happened around that time.
And what baffles me is that there is a better way to work. It's not like there isn't. There's a better way to deal with such. But they choose to use those tactics from back in the day.
The funny thing is that this case has not found these people guilty. This guy was arrested for a different case. And that case was going well.
He was in Sunnyside prison.
He was in prison. Nothing was happening. No one was thinking of him.
Sentence.
No one was thinking of him escaping. He was arrested by who? Was it? It's not Mncube. Mncube arrested accused number 3. All of a sudden, Masondo, yes. All of a sudden, this guy is risk. This guy now is risky. Now he's gonna.
He was moved from Sun City, Johannesburg, to Kgoshimamphuru in Pretoria for this case.
Yes, to think that all of these guys, they were supposed to be there. This is how they're going to be dealing with them. But there is something wrong about that prison of Kgoshimamphuru.
Ne?
There is really something wrong. We said Bester is crazy and all that, but Tifo was there, right?
Because even Bester was saying he's kept in solitary confinement. He's been kept in for solitary confinement all these months.
Tifo was also there.
That's inhumane.
Tifo was also there, right?
Tifo was also, in a similar single cell.
Yes.
Allegedly. They said he was kept alone in a single cell. That's solitary confinement.
So that speaks volume. The power that the outside person, in my opinion, has in that prison. And what does it say now about Tifo? Because you look at this thing now, upon these things that we are now being told, they are coming into reality. Does that mean that then Tifo is there because of these people? I'm just speculating. I mean, this is just a speculation. Which prison would have taken Tifo other than that one? I mean, was he even in Pretoria to be arrested in
guys,
Pretoria?
Now I'm starting to feel scared because I was just listening also to Musa Kaula and he was narrating how he got arrested and he was taken to a prison with no trial. No trial.
Can you imagine?
He was there for 61 days. I'm like, what's going on in South Africa, guys? What is going on?
It's a yeah, but it's a good thing that people had to hear what is happening with these guys. For me, I'm happy because there are people who still think otherwise. Why do you need to keep someone in solitary confinement?
Why do you need to keep someone?
You don't have a reason. They have not attempted to escape. They have no history of fighting in that jail. Nothing.
And they have not cried to be kept there.
No.
They have not requested to be kept alone in a single cell because maybe there are conditions where that happens. But in this instance, you can tell Mncube wants to get out of there. He wants to talk to people again. He wants to interact with other prisoners. He wants to read the newspaper.
You keep him in a solitary confinement for 4 damn years. 4 years. And you come to court every day.
Every day.
As if everything is fine.
It's fine. Every day.
You argue your learned friends. It's crazy. Very crazy.
It's inhumane.
It's inhumane. How are we supposed to look at these people doing that? How?
These people are not convicted. And the more this case unravels, the more the evidence...
They are convicted, some of them.
For this case.
For a different case.
For the Senzo Meyiwa case, they are not.
Now you are taking precautions for this case on someone who was already in jail. Precautions all of a sudden.
Do you think they don't want him and accused number 2 to interact?
Obvious. Perhaps they don't want that. because this guy is gonna get to know what happened to that accused number 2, and then the new story starts. And you tell me that Leonard people, crazy. These people, it's beyond evil. What is currently happening? 4 years. Even your ananas matter, they were not kept in this situation. They were only taken to maximum prison, which is catered for that valley. You sleep in one single cells.
They're all dangerous.
Yes.
Then they keep them there. It's the conditions of the prison. It is what it is. But Mncube,
on a normal prison.
4 years.
On a normal prison,
You know, I read Winnie Mandela's book back in the day when I was still in school. 495 days. That's how long she was in solitary confinement. And let me just say, she almost lost her mind. The fact that she came out of there as brave as she was and continued to fight, and she kept on saying that they actually were trying to kill me, but they made me stronger. She would be speaking to ants.
Now here's the record-breaking one then. 4 years. Not days. It was a year. With me, Winnie Mandela, it was a year and a couple of months, right?
A couple of months.
Now we're talking about
it was
4
long.
years.
And that is during the what? The pre-1994 years. I can't say the word yet. How many minutes are we in? So it was that time. It was that time. And now, here comes, we are in 2024.
The so-called freedom
and
era.
You all are keeping people for 4 years in solitary confinement in a democratic society. What is going on?
Democracy is for those who have money. That's what this simple says. Democracy is for those who have money. Because you see what Mnisi is arguing, that obviously they know that this guy does not have money to fight these cases together. That's why they can do as they wish. And you come to court, you tell us about subsequently this and that. Go to hell, man.
Oh, this is sad. What is happening there?
Go to hell. This is inhumane.
Sure.
No matter how you look at it, this is inhumane.
Sure. No, Besta was right. It is torture. Even him. I know that like, oh, he's a criminal. He is. But he can't be kept in solitary confinement all the time. Like, that is going to make him lose his marbles. There's no human being who can survive.
Someone from villages
looking at the walls in a cell as small as a toilet.
They sure know how to pick them.
And then but they are let out for 1 hour for exercising and then back to. So you're let out for 1 hour, 23 hours. You're looking at the walls. You know, we really have a problem when these people are confronting some of these people from the States. Then eventually their things are done to them. We don't know. We don't actually have full stories of what happens to these people, because you can't just simply hate a person to such an extent. No. This feels a little bit personal, even more personal, and it's. I felt a hint of it with Ntanzi, in my opinion, that it feels personal.
And if you have a watertight case, as Harinel would put it, that the state has a why do you even care if they collude and do whatever? Why should it bother you? We don't even know why this man is kept in solitary confinement. They are citing danger because of Ntanzi wanting to go and get his bank statement that he did not believe himself, even today.
When it came back.
And Nakona, he didn't say, I'm just going to go out. He said, I request that I be escorted to go get my bank statement.
I don't think they did it.
Obviously, they're not gonna do it. What is there that these people are hiding? Why do they have problem? If you know that this person did this thing, let him escort him. If you need 10 police, 30, I mean, you said this guy was cooperative. You went with him. You were even buying him KFCs. Why all of a sudden?
No man, this feels
it's danger.
Wrong.
This guy now is.
You know, I'm looking at the deliberations of Puff Daddy and what is happening, P Diddy and the 1,000 bottles of baby oil and stuff. But you know, the fact that they are saying that they have evidence, they started moving towards caving him in. There was a raid last year that happened last year, 2023, in his house. They even arrested his children and stuff. They still did not arrest him. Why? Because at the time, they perhaps believed the feds that their case is not strong enough.
Yes.
They built the case. Now they believe they have a solid case. And guess what? They arrested him and they've denied him bail.
In South Africa, no.
In South Africa, it's no one wants to investigate.
You get arrested, then we investigate you when you are in jail.
Hibo.
And we say, we are afraid you might interfere with the investigation.
I don't understand what's happening in this country.
It's a totally different ball game. America, they let you. They even, while you are busy doing your thing, you develop arrogance. You do everything.
They can't catch me.
The day they catch you, they can't catch all the information that they need.
Hush Papi. The same thing happened. Hush Papi, a Nigerian Yahoo boy. Yahoo scammer. He was there in the America. He was free and he wasn't thinking that they are gonna catch him and they're gonna get him. Guess what? By the time they arrested him, they had all the concrete evidence that they wanted. Sometimes they are saying that unfortunately they have to let you continue with the crime, although it's some form of not fair, but they need to have concrete evidence so that when they lock you up and they are taken to court, they're taking you to court, they know that they have a solid case. Aguna punyuga. You are not going to slip through
in
the
South
needle.
Africa, it's totally different. We hear rumors, we arrest you
now,
and then we investigate you while you are inside. And most probably, if we cannot find much from the case, you are going to miracles are going to happen, and we are going to confess.
If they can't find anything, somehow you will confess.
You will confess. And then Momangena, they will remember guns that are about to be destroyed.
Run.
And run
Defy
and go
everything.
fetch. Defy all the odds.
Run and go get that gun.
Run and get them.
Open seal bags. Barrels have slippages.
It does not matter. We'll bring it back. Come hell or high water.
Rule of said did not have slippages. Now Mangena has slippages in the barrels. Good to us tool. As if nothing is happening.
And you tell me in your right mind, in your right sound mind, this case still makes sense to you.
And another thing that the defense needs to put on the record is that gun, it was contaminated. It's contaminated. You found it in an open seal bag. It's contaminated.
Yes.
They should have put it on record as well. Because you can't be letting all of these things slide. Rule of says spoke nothing of a slippage.
The bag was contaminated. They have demonstrated, but they have not said it.
Say it. Put it on the record. It was
was contaminated.
Finish and lar.
Because you did not get it at the state where it was preserved as an evidence that can be used in court. Yet we are here in court singing loud about that gun. The gun was contaminated.
It was. Well, let me quickly go through Advocate Mnisi and what he had to tell the court yesterday. Ballistic expert Malisela Ntini was still on the stand, and it was the last court sitting for the term. So apparently they will be back on the 7th of October The accused persons arrived late. Sibanda said that they contacted Sergeant Mulaudzi to inquire the whereabouts of the accused persons, and he advised him that they are still at Kosimampuru and they're making their way to the court. So they arrived late on Friday.
Yes.
They arrived late.
Yeah, we saw it.
It was 15 minutes of waiting or so in silence. So Sibanda said that he would like to make an application when they arrived or after they arrived before court to reopen the examination in chief, just to hand in the document that was disclosed to his learned colleagues yesterday. So he said that the complete document went where that page from the logbook was extracted from. So Sibanda handed in the document for the entire month of October 2014. It was still not a complete document. It was not. They are asking for the entire logbook, and he decided to take for the month of October 2014. And he still did not have the original, because as the judge was asking for it, he said that the original was filled or filed somewhere in the ballistic section.
You know what could be happening?
What?
They could be removing something. Allegedly. Because why is it so difficult that, I mean, it's like, I've got a Bible, I've got the original Bible of what. It's fine. I'll come and keep on printing everything else,
Remember,
but I'm not going to give you the original source. What the hell is that? Why is it so difficult to bring it after you've done that? Why is it so difficult to bring it? Because they are going to browse through it and probably see something they're not supposed to see. God knows what. So they just find a way of saying, maybe this page so and so and page so and so, they got wet. So that's why we cannot account for my lot. I don't know. What is so difficult about bringing that book? For 2 days, you're failing to bring that book. They've got more time up until the 7th.
Yeah, they've got 2 weeks now to cook, allegedly. Allegedly.
It's so crazy, man. And we still are sitting here thinking that this should be a watertight case. This is not anything closer to a watertight case.
No, it's
in
not.
my opinion. I don't see that.
We were deceived.
If you know what you are doing...
This is not a watertight case, Shem.
If you know what you are doing and you are sure about what you are doing, you just show your hand. Here's my hand. Here's what you want. I know. You did correct so and so.
If they had a watertight case, they would have been done a long time ago.
But now what is happening is you bring a witness, that witness fumbles, and then after fumbling, you bring another one who's going to correct that witness and add more information.
Guys, are you aware that ever since this trial began, there was a young man who committed a heinous crime? He ended the lives of women, I think about 5. Barikim Kwanazi, his surname. His trial went on. He also had a trial within a trial. And Thursday, he was getting his sentence of how long he was going to stay in jail. He got a life sentence.
But today, we're still...
Ever since the case ka Senzo, he has been investigated, arrested, because what got him arrested were the bodies that they found in his father's garage.
Well, that's a proof. You know, that's something you cannot run away from. You are linked to the case. You are a kid that belongs to that house. And then later on, we find bodies of people in that house. It's a watertight case. You don't need...
That was a watertight case. We don't need
to arrest you with some bullets
in fact,
that are in a plastic, in a black plastic bag. We don't need to arrest you for that, and then later on inside then change it and say, actually we got you for this. Now here's one we're adding. No, we don't need to do that.
And it wrapped up this week. That case finished, finito, closed. We are still dealing with this watertight case. It's been how many years now? You are still at it. The so-called watertight case.
I feel like some people that were making this so-called watertight case or real watertight case have been let go. I'm not going to say anything in my opinion. So the power that people had is slowly reducing. When we voted, something happened. And the power is slowly fading away. Some truths are coming out which are going to even close this loophole. My suggestion would be to take this thing to a minister of correctional services.
Well, he said Usibanda after Advocate Baloyi whispered that they're still looking for the original.
Yeah, this guy, Baloyi, I'm not saying anything, but the icon.
Now, before Mngomezulu started, he said that he was told that Advocate Mnisi wished to address the court. So Advocate Charles Mnisi said that he is concerned about his client accused number 3, Mncube's conditions in prison. Mncube complained that he is held in solitary confinement since arriving at Confinement Correctional Facility in 2020. So Mnisi started off by saying, "My lord, in relation to the application by the state, I'm still under the impression that there is a provisional order that has been made in respect of that document. But if the original is not brought, it will be expunged from the record." The judge said, "Yeah, quite, but this is a second document." Mngomezulu said that he had no objection to the document and it can be provisionally admitted. But then Ramusipiti also said that indeed the document is provisionally admitted pending the original being procured. Mnisi, Nxumalo and Mshololo said that they share the same view and the judge admitted it pending the production of the original document. So it was now time for Mnisi to address the court, and he said that he had nothing to do with the proceedings per se, but it had a bearing on the proceedings themselves. Mnisi said that it is bugging him to an extent that he's no longer able to concentrate on the business of the day, which is to conduct this trial. You know, it speaks also to your performance as well as a lawyer. You're representing someone who is complaining
not in
you.
Their sober mind. How can you represent these people truly professionally without considering their minds?
You feel
Because
heavily
you
burdened as well.
to consult with someone who is in a sober mind.
That is so true. So he said that this is a collateral issue. It has a direct bearing on this case as well. The court will recall that in May, Mr. Mncube, through him, Mr. Mnisi, informed the court that he has been held in solitary confinement, and the court made an order that the prison authorities must come and explain themselves. Did they ever come and explain themselves, you guys? In court? Did they? I don't recall. Did it happen? Did they show up in court? Because I do remember the judge ordering for them to do that, the prison head and stuff. And then I don't remember them showing up to court.
Right?
Did they?
I think so. Apparently they did, or
So-
maybe it was behind closed doors.
Maybe it was behind closed doors, ne? So before court, Mr. Koza came accompanied by Mr. Kebengu, and there was also a legal advisor. I think we were denied the privilege of seeing that as the public. I don't think we saw that. And they made an understanding that Mr. Koza then indicated that he was not aware of the incarceration circumstances of Mr. Mncube. But now that he was made aware, he will go and investigate what is happening, and then he will come and report. So because Mr. Mncube was complaining about the fact that he had been held in solitary confinement since his arrival at Koshimampuru in 2020, and he has not been informed of the reason why he's held in solitary confinement for 4 years. So Mnisi said that he's telling him that the procedure that has been informed of, or he's been informed of by the prison authorities for a person to be held in solitary confinement is when a person has been sentenced and he is serving his sentence. Reoffending in custody we know that it happens very behind those prison where some are in gangs and stuff and they recommit offenses inside. So as a penal provision, they might then decide to take him to solitary confinement. But this has not been the case with Mr. Mncube. So even so, when a person has been sentenced internally as an internal punitive measure to go on spend some time in solitary confinement, the maximum period that such a person can spend in solitary confinement is up to 18 months. Then the law says he should be released. But with him, he has been in solitary confinement since 2020. And when he arrived at Koshimampuru prison, which is almost 4 years now, he has been consistently trying to get a reason from the prison authorities about this continued indefinite detention in solitary confinement to no success. Fast forward, Mr. Koza came here and then he made an undertaking that he'll go and investigate the circumstances relating to him being held in solitary confinement and that he will report back. Mnisi said that he hasn't. It's been 4 months now, and he had not reported to him back. Mnisi said that he took it upon himself to take the matter up with JICS, which is the Judicial Inspectorate for Correctional Services. He says that he wrote the representation on behalf of Mr. Mncube and alerted them to the plight that Mr. Mncube was being subjected to. Mnisi said that JICS sent a gentleman by the name of Mr. Maswanganyi to go and investigate the issue at the prison. However, the cause of investigation, it is procedural that they need to get a report from prison authorities. So according to Mr. Mncube, Mr. Maswanganyi had an interaction with Mr. Tebengu, the gentleman who accompanied Mr. Koza. According to Mr. Mncube, the report that he got from Mr. Maswanganyi, because Mr. Maswanganyi firstly consulted with Mr. Mncube to first get the background of his complaint, and then Mr. Maswanganyi then approached Mr. Tebengu. But Mr. Maswanganyi, when he brought back the report to Mr. Mncube, he told him that Mr. Tebengu is avoiding him and he does not want to talk about the circumstances and condition of his incarceration at Koshimampuru.
Just a reminder, guys, please like the video and catch a breath.
I think I need a body break.
You need a body break. Yeah, I can see you. You're uncomfortable.
I need a body break, guys.
Let's just maybe let us do the right thing. So that you get your body break.
I think you can open the lines.
Yeah, you guys, you can call.
I'll be back to finish the story.
We'll continue as soon as Emily is back. For now, you are allowed to call because Emily said she's not feeling well, unfortunately, but it has to. Yes. Nzansi, hello.
Hello, Mr. Ano. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. I was just about to get on with my day, and then I got a notification that you are going live. Now I'm stuck here because I don't want to miss out.
Yes, we are here as we promised. We were lagging behind with one episode, yes.
So I just thought that I should just take this opportunity to just quickly call and make a comment so that if I want to dash off, I can just dash off.
Yes.
Mr. Ano,
yes.
Our law enforcement agency, in particular the South African Police Service, it has never really had a good reputation.
Yes. Yes.
The agency went from being famous for lynching people pre-1994 to being corrupt post-1994. Okay? If we're being honest with ourselves, we know that generally our police officers are known for taking bribes, making dockets disappear, and so forth, right? So we kind of knew the tip of the iceberg, but this case is just giving us a glimpse of the bottom of the iceberg. It's really, we're now starting to, it's like a lens has been zoomed into the filth in our justice system, the SEPs, NPA, Department of Corrections, and so forth. And, any South African citizen who thinks what is happening in that courtroom and to Mr. Mncube is okay. Shame on them. Shame on everyone who thinks it's okay. And, these people should bury their heads in shame. These people, these people, especially Jininda, because he seems to be the head honch, if I could put it like that, are trying to affect Mncube's psyche. Okay. We are social beings and isolation can cause all kinds of mental health illnesses.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The mind is a very powerful thing. My brother, if your physical, like you've got your physically, if you've got some incapacities, but if your mind is working, you can do anything. Do you understand? So the mind is a very powerful thing. They are trying to affect his psychological well-being. Because if you've ever been to Robben Island, there's a house that is situated away from the rest of the prison where they kept Robert Sobukwe. The intention was to actually break him psychologically. And they're doing the same thing to Mr. Mncube, And then another shocking thing is that, this ice boy thing, he conducts ballistic tests every single day. But he can't give us the average time that he spent doing the analysis. Yet he's an expert. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When the South African police you know what I mean? And then Sibanda, he has the goal to say there is no requirement for Ntini to record anything. Well, if it was not recorded, it didn't happen. So then how the hell then do we know that Ntini was at work if he didn't record anything?
Hey, assas. Assas.
Exactly. Yeah. And then Ntini also claims to have given an informal opinion. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But then his informal opinion must be considered to determine people's freedom.
Yes.
So, more court South Africa the informalities to send people to prison for years. Is that how things work?
It seems so.
Ice boy, and he was just at the house of the devils in Vosloorus to hold a measuring tape. Did you hear him?
Yes. He's reducing himself into an ice boy.
Yeah, he was just there to hold the measuring tape.
Holding the torch. Hold here while I measure.
And then he was there, but he can't even remember anything. He can't even remember the role that he played besides holding a measuring tape. Basically, we paid him on that day to be a passive participant. You know what I mean? So why is he even in court? Because he doesn't remember anything. So court. What is he doing? What purpose is he serving? You know what I mean? South Africans, nothing. South Africans must be up in arms about this situation. Anybody who thinks there is a case here to answer for, they need their head to be examined. They need an examination of their mental well-being. Because nobody in their right mind will think that there is a case here to answer for.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I really like how Gomez dealt with that ice boy. It was brilliant. You know what I mean? Because he really was showing the court that this guy, why is he even here? He's got no youth here because he doesn't know anything.
The question is, did the court see that? Is the court capable of actually seeing such?
The thing. No, he does see, but he's playing dumb, isn't it? In my opinion, because he's on a mission. The guy I don't think he cares about the case. He's just there to make a name for himself. Who knew Rata before the Senzo Meyiwa case? Who knew him? Nobody knew him.
Nobody knew him. Yes.
Only
those who practice with him.
Exactly. That's why he's so self-centered and everything is all about himself. He always talks about his accolades, what he's done, who he's friends with, who he hangs around with, what has he done. He's just there basically to tell us about his resume. Because we didn't know who he was.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
So we can only just pray for the five guys, especially Mncube. You know what I mean? These guys are very resilient. Mr. Mncube is very, very resilient. You know, how many people can stay in solitary confinement for 4 years? For 4 years. And still be able to think and engage their lawyers and raise their hand in the courtroom and do all these things. That man is very resilient.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? This man is very resilient.
He is.
And most of the people who are saying, oh, these people are this and this and that, they wouldn't even last 24 hours in solitary confinement. No. Those people who got the loudest voices.
I never.
Yeah. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say today, and I'll just hang around and just listen some more. You guys have a good night. All right.
Thank you.
For you guys, it's night time.
Thank you.
All right. I love you guys so much. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Love you.
Thank you. Love you too.
Yes, that's the end of the calls. For now, Emily's back. Let's utilize you while you are
guys.
back.
I thank you for giving me the honor and privilege.
Before you start, please, guys, subscribe. Those who are not subscribed,
to take a body break.
Please like the video and do whatever that is necessary that you deem necessary about this video. We do it for you guys, and I think the rest of the things. It's up upon you.
We cannot be tired now. It's almost the end. When I see what is happening to Puff Daddy over there in America, I feel like a time is coming for the wrongs to be made wrongs again.
And to make sure that we are safe, this is an opinion of a caller, and all that we do here is to allege it. Everything here, it is alleged.
It's alleged.
Nothing is certain for sure. It's public opinion.
There is a God
we
in
do not
heaven.
have any facts or merits of the case other than what we are watching
Being
with
exposed to.
Yes, so we are just opinionated people, nothing malicious. That's it.
All right. So they are therefore unable to process his presentation, Mnisi said. So Mnisi further said that in early August, Mr. Baloyi sent him a WhatsApp. He makes an application. He's asking for things to be done with regards to his client who has been in solitary confinement. And they sent him a WhatsApp. Mr. Baloyi sent Advocate Mnisi a WhatsApp, not a letter, a WhatsApp.
Yes.
That came from Mr. Kininda, trying to explain the circumstances of what could be happening. Part of what he said is that there are some issues of security concerns around Mr. Mncube, and because at the same time, accused number 2 had requested to be accompanied to the bank and stuff like that. So he's saying that he does not know what is it that they are planning. Accused number 2 is Bongani Ntanzi. He's also at the same prison that he is with people who are attending this trial and you're not yet sentenced. That's where he's stationed. So unless if that is different, in Koshimampuru they mix convicted criminals with the ones that are awaiting trial. As far as I could recall, they said that the ones who are awaiting trial stay at a different section and the ones who are convicted stay at a different section. So what is the reason of putting Mr. Mncube in solitary confinement? Can someone help me understand that? Because
even if they were supposed to meet or they were gonna meet, it does not matter.
It doesn't matter.
What is the reason?
Because apparently they don't mix the ones who are already convicted and the ones who are awaiting trial.
If Bontanzi, they were treated properly, they wouldn't be there, right? They would be in some police station somewhere.
Yes.
So they ran away in Ganzabantu.
Or they could be there, but with other people who are awaiting trial. There's a section for awaiting trial people, not the ones who are once you are convicted. That's when you get the orange. You are now taken through the process of being in jail, the jail. You understand? So I don't understand how are we now put in a predicament to believe that Mr. Mncube would interact with accused number 2. And even if they were to interact, what is wrong with them interacting? They're being accused of the same crime. They are in the same case. Why are they not supposed to talk to each other?
And you have on the other side a watertight case. You
How?
even have the so-called confession.
How? So Mnisi said that whether that is the case or what it is neither here or there, because all that he knows is that Mr. Mncube is serving a sentence at Koshimampuru. Recall also that he was taken from Sunnyside in Johannesburg before the Senzo Meyiwa trial started. That was back in 2020. This story has been told before. I think it was told by Attorney Titi Toban. He did narrate Mr. Mncube's situation.
Yes.
He was even crying for newspapers and stuff that he doesn't even read. He doesn't even know what time it is, which is similar to Bester. Bester's cry. He doesn't know what time it is. He's facing a wall, 4 walls, 4 corners the whole day and night. So Mnisi said that Mncube is under the guardianship of the prison authorities. He cannot fathom any reason why Gininda, being a member of the South African Police Service, would then have to go and interfere with the procedural, the processes and protocols of how inmates should be kept at correctional services. And Mnisi said, fast forward, we are now at a position where I find it very difficult to get instructions from Mr. Mncube. It has been almost 4 years that he has been held in solitary confinement. The system is systematically lynching him. This is a lynch.
What does it say about the Minister of Correctional Services? That an SAPS member who's under the Minister of Police
is
can
telling
jump the ship
correctional
and
services
instruct
workers,
the correctional services people, to do as he instructs them, because that's what this is saying, in my opinion. That's what I'm feeling. That's what it says, because exactly whatever that he advised, as they would like to put it, or whatever reason, for whatever reason, how they're gonna say they got the intelligence, what not.
I don't understand.
How did they know that if there is a danger and whatnot? How did they?
Investigation element is not really solid from what you are seeing in the deliberations at the case. So how did he investigate this one, gay? There's a lot to be desired. Each time, he said, he's supposed to get an answer of the reason why he has been held in solitary confinement for such a long time. They are ducking and diving. They know that Mr. Mncube has got no money, my lord. He cannot afford to fight his legal battles elsewhere. He cannot afford to have an attorney to bring up a substantive application to challenge this gruesome conduct by members of the correctional services. They know very well that he does not have the money, and they are exploiting that very same situation, and only recourse that Mr. Mncube has is this court. If this court is serious about upholding the rule of law, Mnisi said, I'm going to urge that this court to get into the dynamics and find out what is exactly actually happening with Mr. Mncube, because at the end of it all, that has got a negative effect on what is termed a fair trial on Mr. Mncube. He said, I know the court is going to tell me that I cannot interfere, and that would not be true, my lord. Hey, the court would be like, I don't. Pelamati, the court, the judge will be like, I cannot interfere in that process. Even initially, when the complaint was raised, he was acting like he has no power to do anything. In fact, we complained about it because in Bester's case, we saw a very different approach where the magistrate talked to the correctional facility people to please do what they needed to do within the means of the law.
You know what is nice about this, and just on the back of reading Tuli Tools' comment, having also heard on X that someone has volunteered to escalate Mr. Mncube's plight to the new Minister of Correctional Services. You know what is nice about this is that we have now people who are ready to have if there is corruption, to cut off that head. Not to say they are not corrupt as such, but the problem is that everyone wants to shine.
Yes.
You know,
everyone wants to shine for their party.
For their party,
GNU.
yes. And if whatever that you did does not touch on their party, they are most likely going to act on it.
Mr. Groenewald. Is it
Now,
Groenewald?
Groenewald is going to be put on spotlight to say, what are you saying about your house? Your house is being invaded, if you ask me, by people
The
who are saying,
police are telling them what to do.
what are you doing? So now the power is not in one house where people go and discuss or have a caucus about the goals and whatsoever of one party, and then they all sing in one hymn. Now it's a different issue. If we don't stand to benefit from what we are doing, obviously you're going to be thrown out and you're going to be seen by the world of what you're doing. That is what is nice about this current situation, that everyone is fighting and is pulling through for their party.
I love it. I love it. Everyone needs to represent their party.
So don't
well.
be surprised when they come back and they say, no, my lord, we've gotten news that Mr. So-and-so is no longer in solitary confinement. Don't be surprised when you hear such things, because it was wrong.
It was.
It was wrong. No matter how you look at it, it was wrong. And what the best way of dealing with this case is to make sure that people are not focusing on one thing, because that's what they do in this case. They make you focus on everything. So keep them busy too. If there was a bit of protection that was there, it is gone. So you can now literally go there and say, this is what is happening. And actually, those people get their own points for their party.
I saw Netta's comment. Cat Williams did say 2024 is going down. All will be revealed. Everything that was in the dark will come to light. And it's literally happening. It's happening, guys. It's happening. Everything we thought can never be. Can never be. That can't be. It's literally coming to light.
Or if you had spooks under your table, reveal them in time or get out of it. Because really this year, eyes open now.
Well, he said that he knows that the court is going to tell him that he cannot interfere, and that would not be true, because Section 173 of the Constitution reads as follows. He read it and it said, inherent power. The Constitutional Court, the Supreme Court of Appeal, and the High Court of South Africa each has the inherent power to protect and regulate their own processes and to develop the common law, taking into account the interest of justice. The power to protect and regulate their own processes and to develop the common law, taking into account the interest of justice. Now, the question that we basically need to ask ourselves is it really in the interest of justice where a person is facing such a massive trial with massive allegations against him to be further subjected to this kind of a lynching? It surely can't be in the interest of justice.
No.
Because they know that being held in a solitary confinement has got a damaging effect on your psychology. It psychologically defeats you, drains you. It psychologically renders you vulnerable. At the end of it all, you're supposed to follow the trial and what is happening. You are supposed to formulate your defenses. In the circumstances in which Mr. Mncube is being held, it does not have that advantage because they are psychologically draining him. It's a systematic lynching on the psychology that Mr. Mncube should be applying in the defense of his case. And that also affects me, my lord, saying this, that it affects him as well, because each time he needs to consult with him, he brings it up to him. So he has to fight two fights. Two front. Number one, he has to fight or concentrate on this trial and on the merit of this case. And number 2, he has to try and sort out what is supposed to be attended to by members of the correctional services. He said, I am therefore going to implore this court in very sincerely, my lord, that the court should once again consider to call those members that were here in June to come and explain themselves out. Because honestly, it happens backdoor, this thing. They didn't really come to court. Legal aid people came to court. There was no backdoor thing that happened. They came, they explained, we moved. So why is it so difficult for the prisoner head people of Koshimampuru to come and explain themselves in court? It's seeming very difficult. So failure, he said, which, my lord, I will be left with no option but that we resume, because this is the last day. That as we resume on the next semester, I'm going to take a week or 2 from the court to try and attend Mncube's plight. Because in bringing a substantive application, I'll have to get an attorney who will prepare to do this matter on behalf of Mr. Mncube pro bono. Now he will have to be on the hunt looking for a lawyer who will be willing to handle this matter pro bono for Mr. Mncube.
Can you imagine if Tifo had all the books and everything with him? Gladly take this case.
And also, pro bono is not easy. We speak of it like it's hard to represent pro bono.
More so if you are facing the state.
Yes.
Because that means we are facing our taxes. You are facing our money.
An unending source of money.
An ending source of money.
And you have to pay out of your own pocket. Fund it. That's what pro bono means. And it's not easy. That's why it's very rare in South Africa to find lawyers who are willing to do it. It's not easy. Bills need to be paid. Children have to go to school. It's not so easy. And also, everything in the legal process is expensive for some weird reason. In South Africa, legal bills are too high. So he said, I'll have to go and sit in the office and draft papers on an urgent basis to challenge the DCS to compel them to give their decision. Then thereafter, having received that decision, he said that he needed their reasons why they are constantly holding him in solitary confinement, then to bring an urgent application in that regard. So Mnisi said that he will not be able to do that, while at the same time he will have to proceed with this case. Otherwise, something must be done, and be done urgently.
Something must give. Guys, reminder, please, 293 people. It's Saturday. People are out there enjoying their life. Some of them, they are dealing with what is happening. It's cold, guys, everywhere. But please remember to press that like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed, and become a member if you're not a member. We are pushing as much as we can.
So Mnisi said that this court has got the power to investigate. Not really to say that DCS should do this and that, but to get to the bottom of this. The judge said, okay. Okay. That's all he could say.
It's tough.
Well, the state prosecutor, Advocate Judge Baloyi, said that when the matter was investigated, Brigadier Gininda took the matter up with Mr. Kabenga.
Why
and
is
then
he doing
said,
that? Can he rest? Emina rest, bana. Professor ufitla wona no rest.
Well, he took the matter up with Mr. Kabenga and he sent the message, and Mr. Baloyi put it on record that Brigadier Gininda communicated with correctional services and said that there were security issues regarding accused number 3 Mthobisi Mncube and his application regarding solitary confinement that was disapproved. So who disapproved it, Advocate Baloyi? Who disapproved Mr. Mncube's application? Who? Is it Brigadier Gininda? Or is it Mr. Kabenga? Or is it DCS? Who disapproved? I was waiting to find out who disapproved the application. And he said it was disapproved due to such security issues. So Gininda is the one who is keeping Mr. Mncube in solitary confinement, question mark, because that is not clear. Because I wanted to know who disapproved this application. Because it has to be done in writing. Doesn't it have to be done in writing?
Yes.
So who did it? That's the part that is missing there.
You know that these people don't like writing. We have 2 witnesses that I understand without anything other than the so-called affidavits that they went through someone's work and then they came back and wrote that affidavit at, was it 11 September this month, while the other person was testifying. And they remembered how to write that affidavit. And then
of something that happened 4 years ago.
But they forgot everything.
But they forgot everything else. They couldn't recall everything else. But they wrote an affidavit.
Does it surprise you that at this point in time, Mncube does not have an answer in writing? It does not surprise me, not at all. Considering the circumstances of the case, surrounding the case, I'm not surprised.
So now they have 2 weeks to make it available in writing.
Something is gonna give.
But this one is not gonna be easy per se. Because this application was made to DCS. So someone must be responsible for this disapproval due to security issues.
So you undermine the power at hand. Let us see if it's gonna be difficult.
Okay, they are going to make it happen.
Let us see if it's gonna be. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying a mistake would be to undermine the power.
But now we had four. How many ballistic people gave their opinion and verified Mangena's work?
About 4.
Anything is possible.
Yes.
You are right. Anything is possible. I shouldn't be in a state where I'm thinking everything is hard. Nothing is too hard for these people.
We are on the cruise.
Yeah, nothing is too hard for them.
We are on the cruise. We are just moving. Anything
Nicely.
is possible. Anything. I mean, even AVL can have some moments of silence. You know, anything is possible. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Anything in that case is possible.
So Baloyi said that Advocate Mnisi said that they hadn't received feedback on the application that was relaunched. Okay, and the judge asked for the letter stating such a refusal, if any. Yes, the letter, Baloyi. Where is it? Who signed it? Who said what? What was their reason? What was their investigation? Because
Don't
DCS
get excited.
has to investigate.
Don't get excited.
We got excited with the ballistic
The
opinion
judge
approval
always
and
changes.
Okay, they'll find a way.
Sometimes I think it does not understand, and then later he gets to understand.
Made to be understand.
And then he comes back and he sings a different tune. So I've learned to reserve my comment or my excitement when he sometimes sounds like
he's
pushing for
on
the right
just line.
Now I see you're excited. He might come back with a long
case of
why he should not be involved. This time we might
get 15 judges who said that this cannot happen.
And in that case, they might be his friends, his good friends. And then what? Everything stops.
So Baloyi said that they were not finished with the letter. They were not finished with the letter, Mr. Anonymous.
Yes.
And he said Gininda also mentioned that Mr. Kabenga said that he cannot take the matter further than that because of the security issues. Baloyi said that Brigadier Gininda said that the only way of addressing the issues is if Advocate Mnisi brings a separate application in another court so that all these issues can be ventilated there.
What an advice. Knowing exactly that these people are not moneyed.
And then he further said that Mnisi in his address did not point that accused number 3 will or not be in a position. Okay, he did point out that accused number 3 will not be in a position to fund such an application. So we are therefore, my lord, at a dead end. That's what Baloyi said. Advocate Baloyi said they're at a dead end with the situation. So he said that their suggestion would be that Mr. Kebengu be summoned to court to come and explain these issues himself. Then they can take it from there. He further said that he does not think that Section 173 of the Constitution is applicable here. It merely refers to the development of common law. The issues that have been raised do not fall under Section 173 of the Constitution. These people don't care. One thing I can sense is like Constitution. It's not something they take serious.
Yeah.
I'm getting that feeling. I'm getting that sense.
I mean, how can you take something serious that is broken in any case?
Okay, so Judge Ratapwateng said that Judge Cameron, who is his friend. By the way, guys, Judge Cameron is the judge that worked on the investigation of Thabo Besta's prison escape or prison break.
He's cited there in many...
Or prison being assisted to walk out of the prison situation. So he's the one who did the investigations. In fact, there was I don't know whether to call them allegations or speculations that even ground up's investigation was mainly backed up by the information that he could provide. It's all alleged, of course, but he was really on the ground when it came to Thabo Besta's situation from the time that they found out that he was banned or he burned in that cell. And then they quickly got a hold of the autopsy, and that autopsy said something else, and then the investigations began, and they were spearheaded by Judge Cameron. So Judge Cameron is the inspectorate of all the prisons in South Africa. So Judge Ratapwateng said that Judge Cameron said that in the CPA, Criminal Procedure Act, Section 71 of 76 of 77, 78, they make it possible for prisoners to be inhumanely treated. So what Judge Cameron sounds like they are working on a process or a procedure to amend some of the laws in the Criminal Procedure Act with regards to the treatment of prisoners, because most of the prisoners who complain, they are lucky to have their complaints reach Judge Cameron, and he seems to be that type of judge who maybe pays attention, and he seems to not be corrupt, in my opinion. I don't know if there's anything else that maybe I have missed at the time that I was doing the research with Thabo Besta, if there's anything wrong that he's done in the past. But from what I could tell, he's quite strict. He does his job in a clean manner. So I couldn't find any dirt. So also, how he spearheaded the investigations into Thabo Besta's case also made me kind of look at him as one of the very few judges that seem to be on the right side of humanity, in my opinion. So I could be wrong or be proven wrong in the future, I don't know, but right now I can speak on what I was uncovering while I was doing my own little research on him. And I was kind of perplexed when Judge Ratapwateng said that he was his friend, and even going as far as inviting him to come to court.
Well, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. From what I've heard from Rata's mouth in terms of being, if in my opinion, being a fan of a certain faction, yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean,
and Judge Cameron here is saying that some of the sections in the Criminal Procedure Act needs to be amended, especially concerning the inhumane treatment of prisoners, right? And then I look at Rata and what he has demonstrated before, his unwillingness to change some of the laws, even the Constitution. He doesn't have that spirit of wanting to change the laws.
It
In
feels
fact,
like
he
he's
insults.
saying it was right what was happening prior.
You know, he insults people who talk about it. He's brought it up to say that there are some people who are saying they want to Africanize the law. And he speaks in it in such a tone of, that's impossible, that can never be done.
It shouldn't
And
be
then
done.
here's Judge Cameron, who's saying for the Criminal Procedure Act, actually we should be looking at section 71
It is
of 76, 77, 78.
In that
And all of a
regard.
sudden he even talks about it. He lights up. It's like a good thing. But when your own people are doing it, you're like, what are they doing? What are they doing? So it was quite surprising. The judge said that he cannot phone him and invite him to this court. That is the best that he can do. And Mr. Mnisi said, and others can represent their clients' complaints to him, and he has to determine whether they comply with the law or not. Mr. Mnisi said that they don't comply with the law, that he cannot do it instead of wasting time in bringing applications. He said that let's bring that person at the top, unless if he says that he can't do it. Then Mnisi said that the state is wrong for saying that section 173 is not applicable. That was Tubaloi there, because he was saying that the section 173 of the Constitution is not applicable to Mr. Mncube's case. It talks about common law or something like that. It didn't make sense to me what he was talking about, but Mnisi was now addressing him to say that he's wrong for saying that. Section 173 speaks about the court regulating its own processes. It does not only speak about the common law. So Mnisi suggested that even if Judge Cameron may not make it, but he can delegate somebody who's very neutral, who can come and attend to the issue. Because Judge Cameron might be a busy man. I mean, he cannot just now... This is strange, but we'll see after recess what happens. But this is strange for him to refer to Judge Cameron like this, because the little hairs on the back of my neck got up a bit, because when the whole Thabo Bester situation was unfolding, Judge Cameron's name was also in there, and he sounds like an incorruptible judge. Right? So I'm thinking to myself, if you're summoning this particular judge of this character to the court when it's such a mess, what is going on? Do you want him to come and co-sign what is happening in there? Or maybe this is a way of you trying to get out. I don't understand what's going on. I don't know what's going on, honestly speaking. So Mnisi then asked, who is Mr. Kininda coming from the Department of Correctional Services, because he is just the police. He cannot prescribe to the DCS on what processes they're supposed to be following. This is a further perpetuation of what I'm referring to as lynching. Then the judge said that he's offering to call the head of the Judicial Inspectorate Services, Judge Edwin Cameron, to come to court regarding Mncube's situation. So Baloyi said that they support that approach. Do they? Like, do you guys honestly think he supports Judge Cameron coming to that court? I see Zizokala if Judge Cameron comes there, in my opinion. I don't know. Well, the judge asked that there's a person by the same name, Njelele, who they also said they can come. The judge said that they were suggesting that the Criminal Procedure Act be amended so that if a person comes to court and a judge makes an order that they should be treated at any mental hospital in South Africa to determine whether this person is mentally fit or in a state to understand the proceedings, or if he is declared to be a mental patient, that after 30 days of such an order, he must be brought back to the judge who originally issued that order so that they can inspect the file containing the examination and treatment which was offered to the detainee. I'm not a fan of this, but I've seen it being used by people of the other color, people of no color. There's always some form of wanting to do psychological investigations when they've done horrendous crimes. But when it comes to people of our color, it's not even considered. There are some people that you wish you could get into their minds of what is going on with them when they commit certain crimes. The purpose of doing this is to understand what could have caused them to become, perhaps at the time that they are convicted, the monster that they've become. So I am not for it because I feel like it's been done by the other race and the other races have not done it and they're not allowed to do it. They can't even entertain it. The only time I saw where a person of color this was happening to, it was the man who was accused of burning the parliament, Mr. Zandile Mafi. And it was insisted upon by the judge and the other people. Even his lawyer did not want for it to be done. The lawyer that was representing him did not want for that psychological test to be done. And he said that if it is done, then it should be done in conditions that are according to them, not according to the state. But the state insisted that that psychological evaluation be done. And then they declared him unfit to stand trial. I don't know if you guys have been following Zandile Mafi's case. So I have seen this being used a lot by the other race. It doesn't mean that it hasn't been there, but how it's been addressed now, it's like it hasn't been there while we literally have been seeing it being used for the other race and not being used for people of color. It has not been used for black people. I don't recall. And it seems like it's a mountainous task for somebody to ask for a psychological evaluation to be done, especially for these people who do horrendous, scary, body-shivering crimes, because we also want to know what could have caused this person to be this way and to commit such a crime. We want to know. I'm curious about particular individuals, including the recent one of Mkhwanazi, the one who ended the lives of 5 women who were ladies of the night. It could have helped at such a young age. Why was he doing all of that? And we will never know. They just like to convict and then kuphele kanjalo. But it would be interesting to find out the depths of what could have caused them growing up. Did they grow up with love, with no love? Did they grow up with parents, with no parents? So I'm against this because I've seen it being used by people of the other color and not being used by people of color. It's just not just entertained. When a black person has done a crime, they've done a crime, they must go to jail. No psychological evaluations are done on them and they don't really care. So, and to see, he said that to see when they will be able to undergo further treatment. So according to Judge Cameron, there are some people who are incarcerated for years without any comebacks from some of the psychiatrists who are treating them. It can be a year or 2 of someone just sitting in jail, waiting for the report of their psychological evaluation to come through so that their trial can begin. And you have to imagine that as they are sitting in there are gangs and stuff. You know, and then they get out of their worse. By the time they are released, they are worse people. They can't function in society. Apparently, it takes a while to reprogram yourself back into society once you've been inside there. So, yeah. Mr. Anonymous, I wanted to ask you this question. Why do you think Judge Ratam Khwatleng is calling on Judge Cameron to come to this court while it is in the state?
You have shed a light about Judge Cameron being
stand up, incorruptible, in my opinion,
for right reasons, standing up for certain things that are not right. I think everyone would like to be associated with people such as that, and they would like everyone to know for their ethic, for ethical reason, your name, if it is called around the same people that are fighting certain things that are not right in law, then why wouldn't you want to associate yourself with those people? This case that is currently at court, it has been tainted, in my own opinion, by many things that have been said, the news and everywhere else. As much as people say, no, I don't watch 1, 2, 3. You cannot shy away from these things. They catch up either way. Then you come back to court and you tell us about the newspaper that wrote about you. So that tells you that, in fact, you do care about what is happening
and what people are saying.
So you have one person who seemingly is fighting crime single-handed. Why not associate yourself with, if you have powers to do so?
That's what is my friend. Athi umngani wakhe. Okay, umngani wakhe is his friend. Who are we?
Guys, just like the video, please. Like the video. Just a reminder. We have 319 people who are here, and then only 204 have liked the videos. Push up the numbers, guys. The other 100 and something is missing. 115 is missing, guys. Please like the video. Even if you're watching on TV,
like.
There is a way of liking. Please take your time and consider liking. Came late, you forgot to like. It's okay. It's understandable. You are rushing into knowing what is currently happening and why are we here. Then please go back and check and like, and it won't disturb your life. Just continue liking. And yes, we do have adverts like that you are going to come across. Please don't shy away from them. And we appreciate people like Mnisi Lang, who's our moderator, and reminding you guys to like and do everything that is necessary for this channel. Yes, we also know that there are people who follow just for their own reasons. Maybe they are the ones who are not liking, but our people, people who are here for this channel, they are doing that. Please like, and others are saying we're watching on 2 gadgets, like on both of them, and let them flow.
Let them flow. And also, guys, we are independent. I'm sure you've picked it up by now.
We are independent, guys.
Strictly independent.
Yes.
We don't want isandla sesithathu up.
No.
And
because once you do that, we have been in a situation like that. I'm not gonna mention names.
Any names, but we
some
don't
people
want
would suggest
to be conflicted.
I want you to take me on. Then I will after you take my interview, then I will pay you. I will help you with the equipment and all that. We naturally, I have that thing of saying no. I just say no.
Just saying,
even if you are that big, I've
the thing
just said
about
no. I've said no to certain radio that called me and said we want you to come and comment. I said no, man.
The problem about it is once you let them in, you lose.
Yeah, you lose yourself.
You lose
I hate losing myself. I hate.
You no longer can speak how you want to speak.
Yeah, I hate not being able to speak. When certain people's names are brought up, you must
check carefully.
You must budge in. I mean, this is a situation that we are discussing currently, allegedly. In this case, I mean, that's how people feel. So I don't want to feel like that. If you don't have your own say, you have to think in a certain way. When people are brought, you have to be in a defense mood, and no, I can't do that.
So that's why we encourage you guys to like, we encourage you to watch the adverts,
subscribe.
That's your own way of
and
helping
membership joining,
the
because
channel.
you are helping the channel, and we are able to do other things for now,
independently, so without being coerced.
I have
or forced.
to fork out on my pocket to pay certain things.
Yes.
And Emily does so also. So because of the loving of this channel, we do love this channel.
Yes.
We love engaging with
And
people.
we'd like to remain independent.
Yes, we don't want to be
Please.
tainted into joining certain because you end up saying things that are crazy, and people who are watching you, who've been watching you because you are independent, then
They
you
become
lose them.
turned off. You guys will run away now, and you'll be like, "What is happening? Why does it seem?"
Yeah, they came. There's a big radio that came here and said, "No, we want you to come," and they sent me. What was it? Is it an email? I told you.
It was, yeah.
Hey, and then I said, "No, I can't. I mean, why are you interested in these things all of a sudden?" And then, yeah, I couldn't go there. Yeah, I can't.
Independence is important in this era of truth.
Yeah, it is. It is, because you can say whatever you want at any time.
Yes.
Whether people agree or disagree is another story.
Yeah.
But you just say what you need to say without fear or favor.
Yes. It's very important. So Mnisi said that he was instructed by Mr. Mncube, and he said that Mr. Gqebengu told him that there is a letter which he has not been shown to the effect that he needs to complete this trial while he is a high profile, which is a high profile case, while he's sitting in solitary confinement. Well, the judge said that he does not have those letters, and Mnisi said that they have been requesting the reasons why he's been held in solitary confinement. They don't do that. And the judge said that he will report back on the 7th of October. That is when they will be back. A lot of people also had a problem with Mnisi saying that this is not a high-profile case. What is so special about this case? Someone was shot and they died. A lot of people had a problem with it. I saw in the social media comments that people were like, "I'm not having it. Why is he saying that it's not a high-profile case?" Do you think this is a high-profile case or not? Now I'm conflicted because it's no longer about Senzo. It was a high-profile case when it was about
case, but it
Senzo.
has moved away from that now.
In 2014, it definitely
Laura,
was.
Thank you very much for your gift. We appreciate you. May God help you, increase you. Thank you very much. No, it is no longer a high-profile case. It has now turned into something that is unraveling, like what is happening with our SAPS. Now we see a lot of things, the connections and all that. We are connecting the dots. It's like a study now. If you ask me, it's more like a study. Yes, I know. The only time I would say this is a high profile case is if I can see 375.
Yes.
And then I would say, yeah, it's a high profile case. But this one, 636, it's a study. Nothing else, man, guys. It's just a study. We are studying. We see what is going on, and then you understand. Maybe it will help you in the future when you face such things. And maybe you are too dark. You look like someone. They arrest you, and then they find out it's not you. Then the expectation of what is going to happen if it's not you, such as it could be, they could change and say they found certain things. There are a lot of things that you are learning in this case, but this case is not about Senzo.
So I briefly went to Google. Turns out prolonged solitary confinement occurs for a period of over 15 consecutive days. So both practices are banned in South Africa by a 2008 amendment to the Correctional Services Act. But segregation, a form of isolation, which is not allowed to exceed 7 days or be extended over 30 days, is permitted.
Yeah. Vivian, thank you for gifting Mamela membership. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Captain Dini continued with his cross-examination. Gomezulu started with his cross-examination and referred Ntini to the logbook of the account Ntini used to the crime scene on the 27th of October 2014. He started off by asking him who was the driver, and Ntini said Colonel Mangena was the driver. Who booked it out? It was Colonel Mangena, and with Colonel Mangena's signature also there. So Mangena was responsible for the movement of this motor vehicle on that day. And Gomezulu said, to my surprise, Colonel Mangena has never led evidence regarding this document. And Dini said he was not aware. Ngomezulu then said, I'm telling you and I'm putting it to you that this is the first time and you are not the relevant person to bring up this evidence before this court. What is your comment on that? And Tini said, I have no comment regarding this issue. On Tini na uyavuma good don't ama logbook uyavuma nje. He's agreeing to a logbook that he has nothing to do with.
What can you say? What can you say? I mean, yes, I blame these people. What can you say?
I'll only testify on the affidavit.
Thank you very much. You're coming with a different sign, which is a pound. Thank you.
Thank you.
You must be in that side.
Yes,
Thank you.
Must be overseas.
That side, that one.
Thank you so much, and may God increase. Increase
you.
wherever you are taking your finances from, okay?
Yes.
May increase your pockets. So, yes, he also said you did not make any affidavit and attach this document.
But do you think these people even know what is going on? Some of these things, they find them in court. You find that some evidence is going to be introduced through you. What can you say?
No, I know nothing about this. I haven't prepared for this.
I mean, he said it in a nutshell.
I don't know what is this. I was told that I'm here to testify about my opinion and I'm going to give my opinion. That's it. I don't know nothing about this book, this logbook, whatever. It has nothing to do with me.
Now, if you still have a career on that, unless you are retired.
But at some point you must say
5 people the membership. I hope they maintain it. Guys, please maintain this gift. These people are helping you and they're helping this channel. Just maintain please.
The membership.
Thank you.
So then Ngomezulu said, I will therefore, during my argument, request that this evidence relating to this logbook be expunged. It's a good request. He knows nothing about it. Why is it here? So Ngomezulu then said on the 27th of October.
I don't know, man. It's I don't think they forget these things. It's like on paper. I said this thing. This case is like we started reverse wise. You understand? What was supposed to be at the beginning is at the end. Even the evidence is coming like that. We'll introduce this evidence through these people.
Yes. Like why wasn't Mangena
who signed for it? Who did everything?
Why?
Who was driving that car?
Why? Who requested the car? Who registered the car? Is in his name for that day. Why didn't that logbook come with him as he was giving evidence?
No, it's not gonna come with him. Lindan Dube, all the way from South Africa. I don't know where, but I know we're from South Africa because of how the ZAR look. You're in South Africa. You're with us here.
Thank you.
Thank you. May God bless you and everyone else who has done something today. May God bless them.
Then Ngomezulu said that on the 27th of October 2014, you also attended the crime scene. You know, the way he's cross-examining, it's like he's bored.
Ngomezulu is fed up, man. Fed up.
People are like, Ngomezulu looks bored.
Yeah, because what can you do, bruh?
So,
a person you are supposed to question is gone. Now you have to put an application. Or is it designed like that? And when you put an application, you probably are eventually not gonna get the original source of this thing. And then you have legitimized it by putting that application and bringing that person back. The judge is gonna say, you have questioned on this. Why didn't you wait for? You know, like everything is done. It's like a trigger. So it's hard.
Ngomezulu said in the company of Makate and Mangena, and Tini said, correct. Do you know who called you to attend to the crime scene? And Tini said he doesn't know. But it has never been related to you by Colonel Mangena as to who called him to the crime scene. And Tini said, I can't recall. I can't recall if he informed us who called him, but we were informed by Lieutenant Colonel Mangena. So Ngomezulu then asked him, on your arrival at the crime scene, who did you meet at the crime scene? Tini said he can't recall. What were you going to do there? He said he was accompanying.
He cannot recall because recalling that question
opens.
No, that question was dangerous.
How was it dangerous?
who did you meet on the crime scene? The previous person has said that there was no one. After they finish, they cleared the house for them to come in. That question is dangerous. So yeah,
I can't recall.
Yeah, the best answer is I cannot recall. For the situation, I'm not saying the best answer for the court and for these accused and for the Senzo family, but in this case, it's the best answer to support your peers, in my opinion.
Your learned friends.
Subsequently and eventual and circumstances and all that. I mean, there are a lot of words that we have learned how to use them.
Ngomezulu asked him, so what were you going to do there? Then he said, I was accompanying Lieutenant Mangena.
Ice boy.
So you remained in the car throughout. Dini said, no, I did not remain in the car throughout.
Ice boy.
Did you meet anyone at the crime scene? There were multiple people at the crime scene. That's Dini's answer, that there were multiple people at the crime scene. Did you meet anyone at the crime scene? There were multiple people at the crime scene. Mngomezulu then said, did you manage to enter the house? Dini said, that is correct. I entered the house.
He remembers now. Mm-hmm. So imagine this, your brain, how it works. You remember entering the house,
but you don't remember.
You don't remember probably the colors inside the house
the
and
people.
Everything, and who the people that you might have met there.
Yeah, well,
you know, this is some
usually when you
stuff.
enter a space, you are looking at the people. The people are the thing you look at first.
You greet them. You know, you talk to them. Some of them. Hey, Sergeant. Hey, it's beer. You know. Stuff like that.
Not Dini remembers entering the house.
You greet, you know people who are big, man. Hey, Spear from the Hawks. Hey, how are you? Hey.
You understand?
You know, stuff like that.
You'll be like, who? When you see Spear, like he was the head of the Hawks at the time.
You're seeing big people.
You'll be like, hey, boy.
Shine the Shane, stuff like that.
How can you forget that? Who can't forget that? So he said that, was there any person leading you and during the reconstruction of the crime scene? And Ntini said that from his memory, he can't recall. But in normal circumstances, there will be someone who will point to them where the scene is because they would arrive there without knowing where the scene was. He did not answer the question. This is not answering the question. This is ducking and diving. Mngomezulu then said, what was your role in the house? And Tini said it was assisting Mangena with measuring tapes and measuring sticks. Mngomezulu then asked, what did you actively do in that house on that day as per request of Colonel Mangena? Tini said he can't recall what exactly he did.
Now even that water boy cannot even remember how many times he was sent to fetch water and all that. He can't remember.
No, he doesn't remember.
The very same reason he was there. He cannot even remember it.
Mngomezulu said, what time did you depart from Pretoria to Vosloorus? And he said, according to this document, he means the logbook of Colonel Mangena. It says 10:15.
What, 10:15 during the day?
10:15 at night. I think it's at night. It can't be during the day. No. 10:15. He wasn't even specific.
Was it on the following day?
I guess they arrived. What time did they leave Pretoria to Vosloorus? The time they left. They did arrive after midnight on the 27th. But they left Pretoria at 10:15. According to the book.
Okay.
So, according to your evidence, Mngomezulu asked him, yesterday you said you arrived between 11 and 12. What time did you leave Vosloorus? Then he said he can't recall. Yesterday you talked about 8:10 in the evening. And Dini said 8:10 is the time that is written here. And Dini doesn't want to answer questions. So Mngomezulu then said it departed from Vosloorus.
Owen Komane, thank you for gifting 5 more. So we've gone again, 11 members through 10 through the gift, 1 renewed. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, guys.
And Sizwe
utilize the
becomes
membership.
part of the members. Thank you.
Thank you. The more the merrier. Yes, I need to upload some of the content there that is very, very exclusive there. Okay, that I can't say here because, yeah. Then also, Tini said, my lord, I think the person who can best answer whether it was time of departure or what is Colonel Mangena, but for me, I think this might be a standing off. So Mgomezulu then said, therefore you agree with me that you are not the relevant person to give evidence on that document. Am I correct? Tini said, my lord, I can't comment on that. Mgomezulu said, when you were at the crime scene, did you see any exhibits that were found at the crime scene? And Tini said, my lord, I did not see any exhibits, my lord.
You were busy fetching a water pass there or something.
Measuring tapes and tools. And then they asked him if he met Captain Mhlahlo. And Tini said, my lord, I can't recall clearly who Captain Mhlahlo is, but there was someone from CRC. But I can't recall who the person is. Mgomezulu then asked, how many hours did you spend at the scene? Tini said, my lord, I can't recall. Mgomezulu then asked him the next day on the 28th of October 2014, what time did you arrive at the mortuary in Germiston? Tini said that he was there before 8, as postmortems usually start at 8 o'clock, but he can't really say. They asked him if he was with Makate. He said yes. Mgomezulu said, what was your involvement to accompany Mangena? Tini said, to assist him. Was there any form of assistance that you offered? If so, what was it? Tini said, I cannot specifically say that I have done 1, 2, 3. But what I can say is that I assisted him during the post-mortem.
No, there's one thing though that is interesting. Ndini takes a center stage and everyone else. And Ndini is being portrayed as this water boy. And she accepts that that position. But there is someone that has not been called who was there, right? With them. What's the name of the person?
Makate. Oh,
Makate.
Where is he?
Asas ke ngoba phela kusho kunabantu abazofika befike beyihlakaze lento beyichaza asazi there is this person osele that is supposed to be there but is not there. It's difficult. I mean, if you want to come and tell a different story in this case, my advice to you would be to leave the police at all. Straight, direct, just leave the police.
And the country.
And because this case...
Go into hiding.
This case is difficult, in fact. You know what makes this case difficult is that you still need protection, and when they give you protection, they give you the very same people. The very same gang. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say... I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying it's a gang because... I'm not. Let me not say more. So, your protection, we know people were under protection. They sang differently, allegedly, isn't it? Your Lokuzan, who was under protection. No, the other one who said Mom Joyce was brutal to him.
Mama Joyce. Oh, Tumelo.
Hey. And then they change everything. They come here, they tell us the different stuff.
They rewrite statements in 2018.
They rewrite statements. It's very hard, man. It's very hard. It's difficult to actually ignore what is happening with this case. To have you come here and testify, you must come during that day. Exactly during that day. Come during that day. And leave.
And should it prolong, just make sure nobody is following
finishes.
you. just make sure that nobody's following you. You will have to be like on
No, this case has elements of gangsters,
yeah, to sell a case,
but
guys.
it's just a case of people who got in the house and they that's the story that we are told, and they shot someone, they fought with someone, they shot with someone pushed and they moved out. And if the truth about this case is anything to go by, whatever that is said there, those people are already in jail, right?
Yes.
But it is scary.
It is scary, guys, this case. Well, Mngomezulu asked Ntini if they are friends with Mangena. Ntini said he's not his friend. He said that they are colleagues. Mngomezulu then said, you've got good working relationship with him. And Ntini said, I don't have a bad relationship with him. He doesn't have a bad relationship with him, but he's not his friend, eh? And Mngomezulu said, my question is, do you have a good relationship with him? And Ntini said, that's correct. So Mngomezulu asked him, at no given stage, I don't think you can betray your colleague. And Ntini said, I'm not sure of this question with regard to betrayal. Now it was like, okay, he's shocked that the word betrayal is being brought up. And Mngomezulu said, okay, we'll reserve it. I know where I'm going, so you can't comment on that one. And Ntini said that he was not sure of the word betrayal. Mngomezulu now on verification of Mangena's work by Ntini. Ntini confirmed that he did do a microscopic verification. And Mngomezulu said, are you aware that there was an examination that was conducted by Colonel Mangena on the 13th of November 2014? Ntini said he's not aware. They asked him, do you know he conducted an initial test on the exhibit bullet or the specimen that was found at the crime scene? Are you not aware of that? Ntini said he wasn't aware. Then Mngomezulu asked him, are you aware that there must be procedure to verify or review? And Ntini said he's aware. And then Mngomezulu asked him, you cannot tell this court if you were not aware that Colonel Mangena's exhibit bullets that were allegedly found at the crime scene. You have no recollection of the first test he did on the 13th of November 2014. And Ntini said no, he doesn't have any knowledge of that. So Ntini said he does not know the date Mangena did his examination. He said that he heard that Mangena went to Cleveland police station to go get the firearm. He's saying he heard. Yeah. Mngomezulu then said, as a ballistic analyst, have you done that? Ntini said, myself, I've never done that. So Ntini Otiena, he has never went to a police station to fetch an exhibit. And they asked him, is it procedural? Ntini said, I cannot say it's procedural or not procedural. I was never in a situation that Lieutenant Colonel Mangena was. That's the reason why Mngomezulu said, I'm saying you cannot betray your colleague if he did something unprocedural. You cannot justify it. And Ntini said, I'm not justifying it. I don't even know the circumstances at the time when he fetched the firearm. These circumstances, guys, these circumstances are the reason. These circumstances, everyone is creating excuses. It's circumstances, exceptional circumstances. These circumstances is annoying me. So he fetched the firearm. He confirmed that every exhibit that is registered at the case administration. So every exhibit is registered at the case administration according to him. And Mngomezulu asked him, so any exhibit that is brought in via backdoor is not correct procedure? And Ntini said, I cannot comment on that. I don't know other circumstances. There will be circumstances that may cause somebody to deviate, so he cannot comment on that. So Ntini said he does not know whether all the case exhibits were taken to Cleveland. And Mngomezulu took him to what he has done with comparing the exhibit bullet and the test bullet. Ntini said he never mentioned the surname Fesser as part of those who also gave their opinions. Ntini said that he was a lieutenant colonel. He said that he was given a case file in order to give his opinion. Ntini said that he didn't recall what time he did the verification. He could not even estimate the hours it took him to verify, and then give his opinion. Whether it happened in the morning or it happened after lunch, he could not remember. So Mngomezulu said that this is part of the danger because Ntini didn't document anything. They are doing things behind closed doors. Sibanda objected, saying that he does not need to document an opinion. Mngomezulu then said, "My lord, we are dealing with the issue of reliability here because I have made a submission that the court cannot rely on this witness. There's nothing proper that this witness is bringing to this court which is of sound mind because he can't recall anything. He can't even recall whether he was at work on that day." Well, then Sibanda objected, saying that he's insulting the witness. It was clear that he was at work. Even the logbooks are saying that he was at work. Where are they saying he was at work? Where's Sibanda? Because that's Mangena's logbook. It's not his. And then Mngomezulu then asked him, "Sometimes my colleagues can just object with no substance." Ouch. But Sibanda just objects with no substance, okay? Didi said that he was not aware that at any stage he would have to come and testify in court. He said that he had never been called to come and testify in court for giving an opinion before. So this is an exceptional circumstance where now he has to be called to court to come and testify on an opinion, which is something he's never done before or has had happen to him before. Hey, yeah, Mangena must be an exceptional circumstance person for you to do these exceptional circumstances for him. It's wonderful. So this is the first time. So Mngomezulu said, "You can't even assist the court when you did it." And Dini said, "My role was to give a microscopic opinion, and I didn't know whether other people who also did it." Okay, and Mngomezulu said, "I want to be frank with you. Have you ever given an opinion either than this on the findings of Colonel Mangena?" And Dini said he's never given an opinion before. And Mngomezulu said, "Have you given a different opinion from the findings of Colonel Mangena?" And Dini said, "Even though I can't be specific, I've done that before." So he's saying that he's given a different opinion to what Mangena has found before. So Mngomezulu now asks him, "How did you do that without even documenting anything? How reliable is that evidence?" Dini said that you don't have to write an opinion, only the verifier is the one who is completing the forms. He said that the opinions come before the verification. He could not recall which bullets were used. Was it FMJ? Was it CMJ? How many were FMJ? How many were CMJ? He couldn't recall none of that. And he said that test bullet 1 and test bullet 2, he did not see. He did not see test bullet 1 and test bullet 2. So that was Mngomezulu's cross-examination. Now it was time for Ramosepele, and he started with asking Dini for his qualifications and about his 19 years experience in ballistics. Ramosepele said the important aspect is this: under cross-examination from my learned colleague, you are blank as to what you did on that day at Mzamo section at the scene. And Dini said it was 2014. It's now 2024. Some of the things he wouldn't recall. It's human. If it was my case, I was an examiner of the crime scene, I would not have had my own notes. So Ramosepele then said there is an officer who made a statement. A.B. Sifularu Muntwedi, who deposed a sworn statement that he's from the Provincial Investigative Unit at the time, and that he attended the scene on the 27th of October 2014. And at some stage when the ballistic unit was busy processing the scene, he said Captain Mangena took exhibits of spared cartridge that was found on the door frame. Did you see this person? Dini said he doesn't know the person. So Ramosepele said that what he said he saw, which he described as seeing Captain Mangena removing a spent cartridge found on the door frame at the scene. Did you see that yourself? And Dini said, I did not see that, my lord. So this person said they saw Mangena removing a cartridge, while Mangena is now sitting with exhibits that have no cartridges. Ramasipili then said, perhaps you had gone to fetch the measuring tape. Ramasipili was shady here. The reason why you didn't see him do that was perhaps you had gone to fetch the measuring tape, because he said that he was assisting Mangena with the measuring tape. So I was like, yo, Ramasipili is on fire. Then, of the test bullet 3 to 10, they asked him which ones had the best profile of marks that he compared and came to an identification that it is a positive match. Ntini said, as I explained, I did not record anything. I cannot recall. I stated that I cannot recall which one. Ramasipili highlighted how all of them could not estimate the time it took them to look at all the exhibits, test bullet 3 to test bullet 10. And when Mangena said that it took him several days, he would take a break and then come back, but all 4 of them managed to give their opinion in one day. Now that's the interesting part. Mangena said he did this over several days, right? Several days. And then after he was done, went for the opinion. Their opinions took one day, all 4 of them. They looked at all the exhibits and they gave their opinion, all of them, at one day. Yet they can't estimate how long it took or how long it usually takes for them to give their opinion, what they look at. They can't. They don't remember. Even Grobler doesn't remember how long it takes to look at the exhibits and then make an opinion. Yet they did them. All 4 of them did them on the same day. So Ramasipili then said, without notes, recordings, worksheets, charts, we don't know the marks you saw because we have procured an expert, and whatever yourself, Mangena, Fesser said you saw, we keen to hand to our experts. Without your notes, all we have is what you are saying there on the stand. And Dini said, as I explained, Kenal Sereo wrote down, Mangena also wrote, with an opinion we don't have to write. Ramasipili then said, so your testimony here is an informal process. And Dini said, I cannot comment on that. But Ramasipili was done, and Advocate Charles Mnisi said that he prefers to cross-examine when we resume on the 7th of October. He said that he would go over the 15:30 time slot. So he was already estimating that his cross-examination was going to take more than one day. And the state objected. Sibanda said that they're in the hands of the defense at this stage. They really wanted to make progress with this witness, and he suggested that Ngumalo start, but Ngumalo was like, I find it difficult to proceed without Mnisi starting with his cross-examination. So yeah, that was pretty much it. And the judge said some comment that Rulofse fired 9 + 5 shots and got 9 positives. It was a weird comment. I don't know what was that. So guys, I need another body break.
Right, I'm here. Right, guys, please, you can have your calls now. Just trying to sort things out for you. You can have your calls. I'm here. I'm gonna be with you until we end the show. But again, we appreciate you guys. I'm just gonna mark the register as I normally do, starting from the beginning with Laura. Thank you very much. Sizwe, thank you. I'm not used to this name being green. Thank you, Sizwe. Thank you very much. Skumbuzo, thank you. We appreciate you. Lindan, thank you. We appreciate you. I only got one advert. Don't worry. I think adverts are sort of personalized. It depends on you as a person. I think they are not specific. They are not in one advert. Everyone's gonna see adverts, so they are personalized to your account. If you get one, that's good. If you get 2, 3, some might get 4 because maybe when they are always on YouTube. I don't know what is the criteria. Ngoni there, thank you very much for being here. Mohadi, thank you very much for being here. Just gonna go through everyone. Belagiti, thank you very much for being here. Busan Sibanda, thank you, our member. And Sibanda Skatele, thank you very much for being with us here. Crash, thank you for being with us here. Please remember to like the video, guys. Nat, thank you very much for being with us here. Thank you again, Nat, for everything that you are doing for this channel. We appreciate you. Even we see you on the comments there, even when we're not live, we appreciate that. We really appreciate that. I cannot thank you enough. Unfortunately, if I could fly and be where you are, chill with you, Sildenje, Inyama. But thank you very much for your work and your dedication to this channel. Tuli Tools, our moderator, thank you for being with us here. Michelle Lee, our member, thank you very much for being with us here. Let me see. I think most people here, Laura, our member, thank you for being here. Vivian, thank you, our member, for being here. Lulama Sirai, thank you very much for being here. We are slegela nje wena Sly. Awunankinga Sirai, you are just laughing. Gwelagiti, I've mentioned you. Crash, I've mentioned you. Thokozisilanga, thank you very much. Our moderator, we appreciate you for reminding us to like. What you're doing is marvelous. I cannot even have enough words to thank you. May God increase all of you guys for assisting this channel and being part of this channel. We are blessed to be chosen by you, and we appreciate you. That's why we work as hard as we can to give you what we can on our side. Stock, thank you very much for being here. Let me see. Okay, I'm just go up a bit so that I give everyone their flowers. Chukuana, thank you very much for being here. Our member now. Lindani, yes, I've mentioned you. Colin Vadival, thank you for being here. We appreciate you guys. That's why I always do this, because I think it's nice to know. Governs Modley, thank you for being a member and for being here always. I see that. Lula Masarai, our member, thank you very much for being here. Galoku Emelu Ujudge uyathanda ukuba relevant. That's one of the comments that you left here. Let me see who. MZ, thank you. Just did. Let's do it. Let's do it, beautiful people. I think you're talking about liking. Let's like the video. Yes. Mamela Skunana, thank you very much for being here. I think you are a member, Mamela. Just that here it is not showing that you are a member. I don't know why. Let me go down. As Kateleni, I've mentioned you. Just going down, see quickly how many people are left. For me, Deboho, thank you very much for being here. Mr. Anonymous and Emily, this case we're dealing with the kingpins. Bogininda, the guy is powerful. He controls all the debts, SEPs, DCS, EMPD, NPA, and the judicial. That is alleged. Just to add on what you just said, it is alleged. Yes, Laura, thank you for your gift, Laura. We appreciate you. I see it here. That's why I said I want to go back to check everyone, give them their flowers accordingly. Ultra Star, thank you for your gift. Remember the name. So Vivian, you gifted people. You gifted, I think, one member. We appreciate you. And that member became Mamela. Yes, I knew that Mamela is a member. Golagiti, I've mentioned you. Mncube. We appreciate you, member. And then Net, obviously, I've given you your flowers. I cannot give you enough. And Linda Mncube, thank you for the gift. We appreciate that. Yeah. If I mentioned, I did not mention you, Ngoni, I've mentioned you, Mlungisi. Sorry, Mlungisi Jonas. Thank you. Not giving up on this case. Sonke kuyoze kuyovalwa. Yes, that's the spirit. Vusi Tobagale. Yes, I'm hoping, but that's Venda, I think. Thank you for being here. Lambo Designs. Mine, I get a minimum of 5 ads, especially if I watch on TV. I try to watch them all through. Some are pretty long. Yes, some are unbearable. To the twos. Nangelop, we appreciate your analysis. Our expect, yes, of public opinion. We're going to put that. Let me see who is not mentioned here. And then Sibanda Skatele is saying we appreciate you too. Thank you for being appreciated. Just going through everything before. Colin Dove, we appreciate you. Thank you. It's nice to see familiar names. Tembelani Kanye. I get more than 10. Hey, kushuti everything vele. As I said, it differs according to others are getting 2, others are getting 1, others are getting sometimes none. If you are a lucky day, I guess, but it counts because even the view does count. So thank you guys for just bearing with those things. Thanks everyone in the channel. You are the best. Keep up, Mr. Anonymous and Emily. You are fantastic. Thank you, Senzo. Tomgai se mbono. This Mangena did everything by himself. He saw the exhibit, booking it out from the police station, found the matching test. He can really work. Yes. Lindan Dube, today I got 1 advert, but sometimes I get, yes, someone is calling here. Let me make sure that you are audible. Let's start. Mzansi, hello. Hello,
Mr. Anonymous.
Hi, it's a lady. A lady. It's difficult to get a lady around these times. Yes. How are you?
A lady is still awake because of you, Mr. Anonymous.
Because of me. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
How are you?
No, I'm all right. And how are you doing?
I'm very well.
Yes.
I'm very well.
Yes.
I'm very well. Yeah. I see Mrs. Emily. She's not around. I can see on my screen.
Yes.
When I see this picture, Mrs. Emily's busy somewhere.
No, I'm pushing her because she's not feeling well. So we try to let go of Emily very early. As soon as he finishes the part that requires her. And if she's not feeling well or if she's tired, I mean, she works so hard. This channel is basically her. So without her, this channel won't be there. You won't hear Mr. Anonymous because I come in. Yes, I do what she does, but she does more than that. On my side, I just sit down and analyze the other stuff and see how I can come to this show prepared. Basically, that's what I do. But Emily does more than what I do.
Great, we really appreciate her. She works hard. She's carrying a huge load. We really appreciate this, Emily. Yeah. Thank you for everything that you continue doing. By the way, we thank you. We really appreciate it. Like somebody mentioned. Asindawo yezokuyovalwa sikhona. Yes, sikhona. And yabona, like we keep on putting the pressure. If they thought sizokhathala next isikhathale, we are here.
Yes. Forward we go.
Yeah. Forward we go, backwards never.
Never.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to just say a few things, probably just two points. Ntini, you say Mr. Ntini, he sounded very stupid. I'm sorry to say this, but he's not. You see, most of the time, like if you hear somebody sounding very stupid like that person, it's either that person has been threatened that, like, if you dare open your mouth and say some other things, will get you. It's not that he doesn't know. That person has lots of information because that person was on point 0 in the house where it all started. But he just cannot say because he has been threatened allegedly. So that's point number 1.
Yes.
But again, like everything that's happening, he's exposing or has exposed this ring that's running this whole thing. Right. Point number 2, I'm just going to go back a couple of episodes back or a couple of days back. The man in the cap who's famous with the media, I won't mention his name, but like I think people know who he is. So this man, he had the audacity to say it like on national TV that his son will never be found guilty of unaliving Senzo. You see, I always ask myself, how is he 100% sure? What does he know that we don't? And he admits that his son is addicted to substances that we can't mention in the words of Leroy Sidande, right? How do you know the state of mind of a person who's intoxicated by the substances that we can't mention, especially during your absence? This man wasn't there on point 0.
Yes.
But like he speaks as if like during that time, he acts and sounds as if he was there. Is he trying to tell us something that he was there? It'll be very, very interesting to hear what he's going to say when Advocate Ngo and Advocate Mnisi play around with him during cross-examination, should he be summoned to court. Because apparently, according to him, they're incompetent advocates who are just looking for publicity and money. He is very defensive. You see, according to my life experiences, once someone becomes very defensive, question mark, I really have a serious issue with someone who's really, really defensive.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to hide something. And also he admitted that man has been committing a lot of offenses on national TV. I don't know if he has a PR team. If he has a PR team, surely it's a disaster. He admitted to confronting witnesses. He said, in his own words, I confronted those boys. Check the word confronted. Why did you do that? A crime had been committed already. This case was already in the hands of the police. And then you go and confront those boys. Those boys, already they are state witnesses. You see what he did? Harassing state witnesses. Obviously, those people, because they've been confronted in your own words, those people, whatever you say to them, or whether you've paid them off allegedly, or you've threatened them, those people, they will sound exactly the way Utumelo and Mtogosisi, what's his name, Mtogosisi Twala sounded in court. Like, if you really go back, the demeanor and the tone, a voice, Tumelo, is someone who was really angry. What had happened to Tumelo? Because honestly, someone in his pure state of mind, you can't just say to Ontans Izinjales. It's someone who is boiling with anger inside. And that anger, apparently, it just like slips out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens. And coming to the last point, the big man himself, Mr. G, who is always everywhere. This man is a very, very interesting character. And I still go back to the words of Spiso. Like, apparently, he pulled a page, a very important page with crucial information from the docket. That's why this person is doing all this. He's trying to protect himself, allegedly. I'm done for today. Thank you, Mr. Anonymous, for giving me time. And thank you for everybody who keeps this channel going. We really appreciate it. Good night.
Thank you. Sivala nje kanjalo. Siyabonga kakhulu. We appreciate you. Let me just go through WhatsApp and then close it because I think I've done almost everything. Hi family, Baloyi and Gininda are working together in closing this docket by all means to sentence the 5 innocent guys allegedly. These people are cruel. They can release Mncube out of solitary confinement and then say they caught him with contraband and take him back to solitary confinement. Yes, thank you very much. That's it. Emily, ngiyavala manje. Ngiyabona you manage to maneuver your way back. Thank you very much for...
Bill, before you close, the judge says something towards the end. Ote rule of say fired 9 plus 5 shots and got 9 positives. And the judge allowed it.
Who said that?
He said that. Why would he say that? It was so random.
It was not random.
Then why did he say it? I'm still trying to get to what he meant by...
You want me to tell you what he meant? You know what he meant. He meant, I have already accepted them too.
He's accepted Mangena.
That's my opinion, yes. He's literally saying, on the basis of that, then...
On the basis of rule of says thing.
Yeah, I've already accepted them too. That's what he meant. In my opinion. That's my opinion, obviously.
Hi, guessing I val.
Say vala nganza.
Guys, thank you so much.
We appreciate you.
Everything. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for the support. Thank you. And we'll see each other.
We appreciate you very much.
Next time.
And if we didn't take your call, I see there's a caller was calling, didn't take a call because vele sesigameng nezinto zami seziyadluma. I'm sorry. It's 2 hours 16 minutes already.
Yeah, but I think it's only fair we continue. We'll see. We have to continue opening the lines for you guys to call in. We'll do certain stories and then continue with you guys calling in. It cannot stop. The train is already moving. Let it keep moving. Okay, let it keep moving. The more we vocalize what we see, the better.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Like the video on the way out. It's 348, 286 of the likes, which is missing around.
Push it to 300, guys. 300 likes. I would highly appreciate it.
The morning gang mountain to climb. I know they are capable of anything, but Night Riders, come on. Let us push it to 300 and then leave it for them. They will come and finish everything up. But Night Riders, we rely on you on this one. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to remember, for them to see it, you must like more so that it is suggested to them.
Yeah, so that they can see it as well when they.
So you
get
do
to
a very much most important job of suggesting this video to them, even if they are not aware.
Most definitely.
So that I saying, by the way, it's Sunday. Sunday in the morning. It's in the morning. Yes, it is Sunday. Got more than 5 adverts here. Thank you, Ultra Star.